Ancient Heroes aspect. This item is said to contain the spirit of a hero who once saved Hyrule. That hero's aura will envelop the wearer. Spirits and souls. Just like the 7 Gerudo heroine spirits in the heroine's questline are tied to the orbs found in Gerudo Town and Karakara Bazaar. And what do all Gerudo, including by all indications these 7 heroines, share? The same crimson red hair color, which might or might not derive from the hair icon Grooves. Jokes aside, since I have your attention, why don't you leave a like and subscribe plus press that notification bell if you haven't already. Aim 2023 likes to make this theory more visible, as it is key to understanding the Ancient Heroes aspect. Apart from the fact that this item is very similar to the Zonai set. But our focus for this video is the rather familiar hair color of the Ancient Hero, that of the Gerudo and Ganondorf. The latter, who of course was sealed in Hyrule Castle's depths with what remained of Rauru when the Ancient Hero destroyed his last failed calamity. The hair connection is interesting, as no other race in Hyrule has signature crimson red hair like the Gerudo, unless the Zonai had it. Interestingly enough, while researching this theory, and possibility that ancient searches said I missed in the previous theory, Gameboy360 commented that the Zonai white hair might in truth be grey of age, standing in contrast to the Sheikah, who were born with the signature white hair. Some of the Zonai might have been born red-haired, and only with age lost their color in favor of the white we associate with them. Case in point, Minoru, who appears to have dyed parts of her hair, though not in red, but rather to match her purple-blue stone of spirit. If both Minoru and Rauru were of old age at the time of the imprisoning war, then the red-haired barbarian Farenhelm would make sense. Alternatively, it is just a result of intermarrying. We know that the Zonai married a Hylian at least in one instance, King Rauru and Queen Sonia, but there is a race that the Hylian men intermarry far more of, the Gerudo. It is just that despite getting together with Hylians, Gerudo mothers have Gerudo offspring with red hair. In other words, a direct Hylian Gerudo line will never result in anything else but Gerudo offspring. Hence you can't get this without combining Zonai, Hylian, and a potential Depths tribe first. You need something that can counter the Gerudo gene. Combined Zonai and Hylian DNA might be the key to prevent just ending up with Gerudo and also females. I coined this as the Triforce option in our first Ancient Hero theory. You see, the Gerudo of the desert, the Hylians of the Great Plateau, and the Zonai of Faren's jungle make up the perfect Triforce. After all, the Ancient Hero is Gerudo red-haired, Hylian-eared, and otherwise Zonai-shaped. Power, wisdom, and courage. Just in line with the main theme of The Legend of Zelda and this game, combinations. And a Gerudo, Hylian, and finally Zonai fuse will be an absolutely unstoppable warrior. The perfect hero, nearly from birth. So did the Zelda team break the gender rule of heroes only being males? No, they only broke the Hylian convention. But let's remember that the Gerudo can only have offspring with Hylian blood. And every 100 years, a single male Gerudo is born. This happened both before and after Ganondorf. The difference being that up to Ganondorf, they became king of the Gerudo tribe, while after, they were more likely killed. Unless A, they were born outside of Gerudo Town, much like we have seen in the female case of Madison in Tarrey Town, and B, the male Gerudo wasn't solely a Gerudo, but a blend of Zonai and Hylian, plus perhaps something else to explain the tale. This way, the mysterious 8th heroine begins to make sense, and our genetic and racial blend theory fit the description in the statue of the 8th heroine room. A chamber that is reached after first completing Rotana's 3-layered questline, all starting in the Gerudo shelter. First locating and photographing the Gerudo stelae, then the orbs in order to place them in the hands of the smaller 7 heroine statues. Finally, upon revealing a hidden chamber underneath the Gerudo shelter, bring the final orb to open the path to the final room and the inscribed stone in front of the 8th heroine statue, which goes as follows. Long ago, a monstrosity of the sands attacked Gerudo Town. Its war cry rang out over the dunes like a raging demon. We 7 heroines of the Gerudo, the most stalwart chosen Vi, surge forth to engage it. Yet this monstrosity tossed us about like tumbling weeds. We feared that the proud Gerudo would be extinguished, and then a hero appeared from afar. He marshaled the 7 heroines, counseling us to combine our strengths. The strength upon strength of we 7 routed the monstrosity. We named our benefactor the Guiding Light of Gerudo. Yet though we had naught but the highest praise for him, he was refused entry into Gerudo town. That was Gerudo law, that all those like him were barred. How hollow our gratitude and praise must have rung in this hero's ears. This was the link between his people and the Gerudo severed. Though we never bequeathed it to him, the gift into which feelings abound is enshrined at this sanctuary. End quote from the ancient past. Now, to summarize it. The event happened long ago in a time forgotten to the current Gerudo, to the point that it is a great mystery to even the most renowned archaeologists like Rotana. A battle of existence for the Gerudo, where specifically a hero from the outside made the difference, a male who was refused entry, and where the word link is mentioned, but nonetheless he remained a benefactor and was thus honored in this shrine. If this doesn't fit our Triforce blend hero, then I don't know what will. Part Gerudo, part Hylian, part Zonai. But with this appearance, the Gerudo females will not be able to recognize him as the next male Gerudo born after 100 years. Let's keep in mind, Ganondorf does not only unleash malice or gloom, but also summons monstrosities, like Thunderblight Ganon, which without Link's presence, cut or electrocuted the greatest Gerudo warrior of the age, Gerudo Chief Urbosa, or in Tears of the Kingdom, Queen Gibda. And look and behold, the path to the statue of the 8th Heroine room is littered with Gibda. Now what if this monstrosity of the sands was none other than a creation of Calamity? The same Calamity that was later destroyed by the ancient hero. That is right. What I'm suggesting here is that this stone could describe a section of the ancient hero's quest. Meaning that the 8th Heroine was this individual who came to the Gerudo's rescue not only because it was the right thing to do, but also because his mother was likely a Gerudo, one who had kept him alive despite being born as the first male from a Gerudo womb in 100 years. And the reason for this might have been that this child wasn't pure-blooded Gerudo or a Gerudo-Hylian blend, but instead a Gerudo-Hylian-Zonai hybrid, all because this Gerudo female married a Zonai-Hylian hybrid. Naming him Link would also make sense as a connection or link between the former adversaries, the one who would bring balance and take down the Calamity with the Hylian princess. Now that is good storytelling, if true. A male hero who was the first male of Gerudo descent that was allowed to live due to his more than Hylian Gerudo DNA, a link of at least 3 origins that would start a line of heroes who pulled the Master Sword and with it destroy both the monstrosity of the sands, and with the Gerudo champion and the other champions, princes plus guardians, the last failed Calamity of Ganondorf. The ultimate FU of the Gerudo to the last traitor king turned Demon King upon one-punching Queen Sonia and stealing her secret stone of the Zonai. A Gerudo red-haired, Hylian-eared Zonai-shaped Chad who ruined the Demon King's plan to destroy the kingdom he hated. Interestingly though, the Gerudo who did not allow the ancient hero access might have known that their benefactor was a part Gerudo male, and this might be why they didn't let him in. There's only one wrench to this possibility: Breath of the Wild's ancient Sheikah Shrine and Sheikah Orbs puzzle, located in the middle of the outdoor statues of the 7 heroines in Breath of the Wild. A quest which also involved, you guessed it, Rotana. That is right, she led us to lift and place 7 orbs in each game, the only difference being that in Tears, we also got an 8th giant orb with the Gerudo crest. Then you have the statue of the 8th heroine looking out to Hyrule and the chest hidden inside of it in Tears of the Kingdom, containing the most cursed piece of clothing in the game, Tingle's hood. A cruel joke from the developers, and I believe that is it. a way of telling the player, hey, this isn't the true 8 Heroine questline and location. The same goes for the sinking outdoor statues of the 7 heroines. In both cases, there appears to be a subliminal message from the Zelda team. There's no shrine to find here, and the true quest of both the 7 heroines and the 8th heroine of this game are found in Gerudo Town. Not only that, in its new Gerudo shelter underneath the chief's complex. With this in mind, I wouldn't put much emphasis on the caves or sinkholes of the 8th heroine statue and the 7 heroines. They were crucial to Breath of the Wild theorizing, not Tears of the Kingdom. And that is pretty much what has been clear about the vision of this game, and which I was constantly reminded of during my previous session with the game at Nintendo of Europe's headquarters. Think Tears, not Breath. And that is exactly what we need to do, not only with the gameplay of the game, but also its story/lore, and in effect, theories. Speaking of thinking, was the 8th heroine the ancient hero who again was part of Gerudo? I want to see your thoughts written down in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, then be sure to leave a like, subscribe and press the notification bell, all to help this theory and channel grow. Last but not least, a big thanks to all of you for watching until the end, and to all our patreon.com/CommonRealm patrons, and in particular, our raw producer, Charles Shush. You rock, and please enjoy one or both of these 2 awesome videos.